Good morning. I'm taking my daily morning crypto run, and it's my birthday today, so I haven't done a video in a while, so I figured I'll do a video. And I wanted to discuss a court case that's going to be happening tomorrow, December 1st, 2021, called Dobbs versus Jackson. This is a very important case for women's health rights, but it's more important that it calls into question Roe versus Wade, Roe v. Wade, as the herd likes to call it. But Roe v. Wade is what the decision that allowed abortion to be legalized in the United States. Now, abortion has created a number of problems for the United States, and a lot of people don't think about that. What it does is it reduces our population and the birth rate. So of course, if you eliminate a baby, in my view, you're killing the baby. If you kill the baby before it's born, it's never born, right? And so they always talk about how in Western culture, birth rates are dropping and they're not sustainable for our economy. And then you see the politicians allowing illegal immigrants into the country freely, and they justify it as, okay, we need to increase the population in order to stimulate the demand and increase productivity. And that's why they justify allowing all these people into the country illegally. But the reality of it is a lot of those people are not vetted. They do not come in through the legal methods where they have to take a test and they have to justify that they understand what our country is about, its history, its norms, its rules, its laws, its traditions. They don't even come here with a true love of America. They come here with a desire to just piggyback off of the riches. And they often bring their flags from their other countries and they display their flags above the flag of America. And same is happening in many other Western countries, westernized civilizations in Europe and around the world. They just disrespect the countries they come in, and they parasite off of the prosperity that is happening. And so you hear the politicians constantly talking about, oh, we have security and prosperity because we've done this. But the reality of it is, if you look at all the economies around the world, all you have is inflation, because what they do is they print money to try to justify letting all these people in, because they're seeing that the people don't actually produce what they say that the people are going to produce. And so they have to make that production look like it's happening by pumping money into the system. And they can't do that without creating new cash. And there are only two ways that cash are created, right? You create it by producing a good out of your own labor, your own investment. You mark up the good a little bit and then you sell it. And when you sell it, somebody pays you that cash. You create wealth by that means. And then there's another way, which is unjustified. Government can just, historically, they hit the switch on a printing press and they make that money just come out like brrr. But now they don't even need to do that because we're not using paper that much. A lot of the times I go to the stores and to the restaurants and they only accept debit card, credit card, because they don't have cash. They have a cash shortage or a coin shortage. In other words, the physical paper or the physical metal is not available anymore because they know we're going to a digital cashless society is what they're trying to push us towards. So these are problems created by Roe versus Wade. People don't see it. They're indirect, but they are related. They are directly related to the Roe v. Wade. From a scientific perspective and a religious perspective, to me, abortion is murder. And some women, when they hear that, and some leftist men, when they hear that, they like to go, you know what, you can't judge people. Honestly, it's not judging. It's a matter of fact. If you go to someone on the street you drive a knife through their heart and they die, that is known as murder, or at least homicide. A court will decide that. So in a way, they're correct. I can't judge. I'm not a judge. But the fact of the matter is you killed somebody. It's not just a bunch of cells that just magically erase. And a lot of times the left likes to talk about science, but science looks down at the microscopic level. And so when you're looking at a baby, a mother has a baby in her womb. Or you can call it a fetus if you want. But that fetus is not just a thing, it's a person. Things don't have DNA. Like if I look at the wall that's next to me, that does not have DNA. So if I break that wall, I'm not killing the wall. I'm just breaking its molecular structure. That is a collection of atoms and molecules. But a human being is not just a collection of cells. All right? A human being has life. They have a program. They're like a computer. And so even though the mother carries a baby in their womb, that baby is not the same DNA as the mother. Otherwise, the baby would be the mother. If you get what I'm talking about, right? The baby has its own unique DNA. So that makes that baby a unique person, a unique being with unique programming. Many of us look similar to our parents, but we are not our parents. We contain fragments of their programming that make them look and behave the way they do. And in some ways, we behave in similar ways as our parents because it's in our programming. Many of us even get the same illnesses, right? Hereditary diseases, right? Because it's programmed into our DNA, into our genes. And yet, the left somehow will not acknowledge the science. They are deniers of science. They are spreaders of misinformation. And they've been successful in doing so by getting Roe versus Wade passed. And even the individual who was involved in Roe v. Wade, whose name is involved with it, has changed her mind about it. She's since died. Who knows if that's natural or if that was induced by nefarious means, but she's changed her mind about abortion. So a lot of people don't look at the science of things, and they like to discuss science. It's even like with this illness that's going around. They like to talk science, but they don't really know the science. They like to wear masks, saying that masks are going to prevent a spread of an illness. But the reality of it is, if you've ever gone sailing, there's science behind that. You know, wind can move sails and move a boat. That most humans cannot pick up, right? So what do you think happens when you have a mask on your face and you cough or sneeze? You create wind, and that mask is a sail. So it blows that sail off of your face for a split second. And it blows it with such force that all the little particles that you just sneezed or coughed out go flying out the sides, out the top. They spread into the air and they're aerosol. All of the global warming scientists can acknowledge this, that with global warming, they were always talking about the chlorofluorocarbons, were particulates that go into the atmosphere and destroy. Sorry, I'm covering my streets. You know, you can figure out where I am if you're one of those central intelligence type people, but average person, I don't want them to know exactly where I live. But anyway, the scientists talk about the carbon fluorocarbons that come out of like spray cans and all that stuff that were going into the atmosphere and destroying the ionosphere and the atmosphere, and that it was creating the greenhouse effect. That was the little story that they kept telling everybody from Al Gore. That was a supposed inconvenient truth. But yet now, they're denying that particulates can come out of your sneezing. So, again, denying science, misinformation spreaders. They like to label conservatives all that stuff, but the reality of it is, the conservatives are not the ones who deny science. We're the ones who look at science. We actually question everything. That's what science is. It's questioning what you see, because a lot of what you see is not actually as it is. There's stuff that happens on a smaller, deeper level that you can't see. and you have to test, and you have to study, and you have to, do experiments. Question, even though you may have the answer, you might not have the answer right away. So Roe v. Wade and abortion is murder, pure and simple. Whether it's a homicide or a murder, that's up for a judge to decide, but look at it the way it is. You're killing something. And if you do it with a premeditated thought that benefits you, does not benefit that other person, doesn't give them the constitutional rights to decide their own future and pursue their own happiness. They did not decide to be born. You decided to make them by having sex without planning. And by doing so, it doesn't give you the right to kill a child just because you made a mistake in your choices. You need to own up to your responsibilities and take care of your children. And I can speak from personal experience. I have 5 myself, and I love my children. I would never think of doing anything to harm them because they're a piece of me. And children also give you a unique perspective on life, and they force you to get exercise. Like right now, I'm walking because I ended up walking my kids to school. They give you exercise that you probably wouldn't have the motivation to get on your own. So I'm feeling the best shape that I've ever felt in my life, even though I'm the oldest, and I just turned 44 today. So anyway, if you like what I said, please hit that like button. Please share this information if you feel like people can benefit from what I'm saying. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well. Check out my affiliate links below. Hopefully I remember to upload my affiliate links. Sometimes I forget because I get busy. But I appreciate all your support. I appreciate everybody who's been coming back. The reason I don't do many videos is because YouTube censors me, and they've basically shut down all my video platforms. They've shadow banned me. I mean, my account is still there, but the fact of the matter is I'm not getting any new subscribers, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the older subscribers are not getting all of the notifications. It's a really nasty world when people have to censor. It shows how weak their argument is when they have to shut you up because they know that what you're saying is so strong that they can't fight it. Because a really intelligent argument and an honest argument destroys another argument. You don't have to shut it down. So if theirs is so strong, they don't have to shut people down. So censorship has come of it too. So all this leftism stuff, all the problems we're seeing in the world is all connected. And if you study history as well as science, you'll see that leftism has caused a lot of problems and a lot of death around the world. Their philosophy is death. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in spirit. A lot of them actually worship the devil. So they believe in spirit, but the wrong kinds, the dark forces. And so we need to caution ourselves about what we believe. I happen to be a Christian. That's why my name is Christopher, Christ bearer. And I'm excited about our Christmas season coming in. I think that the evil ones are going to suffer a big punishment coming up because people are waking up. You cannot hide truth forever. If you're in darkness and you have light shining, you can put something to cover it, but eventually a little bit of light shines out and people notice it and they go, "What's that?" And they go to it and they seek out the light because it's all darkness and it's hard to hide light in darkness. And that's something that the evil people don't understand. But anyway, I love you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. Whatever it is you celebrate. Happy Kwanzaa. I celebrate Christmas. And I wish you all goodwill, happiness, and peace. But most of all, I wish that this Roe v. Wade is overturned. That decision needs to be overturned. And so it's for the sake of our futures. When we die, what's left are children. And if you kill your children, you kill your future. And so I hope that this is overturned. I love y'all. Take care. And God bless. Till the next time.